There's another quick update, too. I mentioned this earlier. My wife yesterday, I made her so mad. 3 different things. I had a car breakdown. We had a snake in the yard. And then my son, who did not take his exam.
He missed a deadline.
A
big one.
And I was the one at fault on that. You know, I sent him off to play basketball with his friends. So he missed the deadline.
In your, if I may, I'm just trying to, kind of go inside the numbers. Mm-hmm. 3 major events caused your wife anger.
Yes.
Caused 3 fights between you.
Yes.
In your mind, she blames you for, I know the boy's exam missed deadline.
Yes.
I know she blames you for the car.
Yes.
Does she blame you for the snake in the yard?
Yes. She blames me for not telling her that there was we had a copperhead in the yard. Yeah. And she blames me for not telling her because she went outside to take pictures of our dog.
Barefoot, like a hippie.
That's right. And
which she never does. Before or since.
That's correct. And yet I didn't tell her about it. And so she was upset because there was a copperhead, which, she's mad at on all fronts. Now, yesterday, we were watching the news.
The news.
Inside Edition. And there was a story about Bill and Melinda Gates and their divorce. And
did you pause it? See?
Well, my son said, is it true that like half of couples get divorced? And I said, well, I think that's about the average. And he said, but you guys never thought about it. And I said, no, we never have thought about it. My wife just calmly sat. That's right.
Slightly shaking.
Topped off her white wine glass.
Never thought about it. And then my son said, well, it's too late now. And I said, it's never too late.
Yeah, because the Gates were, 22 years?
Right. Yeah. He said, well, yeah, you're past it now. And I was like, no.
Never past it.
Got the eye from her on that one, too. She looked over.
You know how old Mr. Gates is?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times people don't get divorced till the kids leave the house. And they realize they're completely incompatible.
Yeah, up until then, everything was just a sham.
Yeah.
That's right.
So by my ciphering.
6 or 7 more years. It reminded me of when John Travolta and his wife, Kelly Preston, the late Kelly Preston, were on with Barbara Walters. And she was asking about trouble in the relationship. How do you know you have a great marriage?
And we'll be married forever.
How do you know?
I know
You
that.
don't know, but
I do know that.
We want to be.
Okay.
How's that?
All right, fair enough. Let's end this.
You know
right
what?
here. That's how
Why don't you go in the other room?
It's exactly how I was yesterday. You just
We'll be married
Just
forever.
know.
You don't know. You just don't know that. There's another woman. This is North Carolina, Mooresville. She was attacked by a snake, and they caught it on camera. Her security footage caught it. She was gardening, doing some trimming of the hedges, and she was up on a ladder. I got to get her. She's looks to be in her 50s, and she was.
I didn't get a good look at her.
She looks to be in her 50s. Anyway, she was up on. Oops. That's what she looked to be to me. They didn't say her age. Her name is Heatherly Noble, and she was up on a ladder about 3 or 4 feet up, trimming a large hedge. And you can see great video of it. And they slow it down in slow motion. There's a black snake in the hedge, and he starts to coil and in slow motion strike at her. Got her in the wrist, the arm area, and she fell back, stepped off the ladder, and wrenched her knee at the same time. So she's been bitten on the arm, and she twisted her knee. Plus, her cell phone she had left across the yard. So she just sat and screamed.
Aye.
And a neighbor came over and helped her. But she's sharing the video and sharing her story in hopes that people will know that there are snakes all around them and could be there at any time. And she didn't know. She described what happened. It happened so fast she didn't even know she'd been bitten and didn't realize it was a snake.
Because I felt a sharp pain in my left hand, and so I stopped. And that's when I see him coming up out of the bush, and he was clearly very upset with me. Stepped back with my left leg and left the right one on the top of the ladder, and 4 feet did a little bit of damage.
Her knee was sprained pretty badly, they say.
I've only seen the video for the first time. Does not sound like a woman in her, quote, mid-50s.
I thought she looked mid-50s. I don't know.
She doesn't sound mid-50s. If I was going on sound alone.
They don't give her age.
That's insult to injury.
Literally.
And as you all age.
Literally adding insult to injury.
Man, that I've just seen the video, and that snake, he does pop up.
Oh yeah, it's like a movie.
Yeah, you don't see it.
It's like he woke. It's like the guys that start mowing their yard at 7 on a Saturday.
I know.
What?
I know.
What is going on?
Yeah,
That is the snake.
All of a sudden, it's there.
No, that's live security camera footage.
It's amazing, isn't it?
What cameras does she have? It's like that camera zoomed out and zoomed in.
It's incredible.
It's like there's a director at her house.
I know, it's an amazing video. Once she realized what had happened, she had to stop and think to herself, oh, wait a minute, I've got a snake around me.
In about 2 seconds, I had to realize, one, you've been bit by a snake. I don't know what kind it is. So we'll start with that. Secondly, it's there. Like, it didn't go away because it's mad. You really made it mad.
Isn't that something? But her neighbor came over and helped her.
Yeah, you can see the neighbor running over.
She may be in her 40s.
I see her now. She's between 44 and 46.
Okay. Dave knows. Dave can zero in on
I got it now. I can see your face.
She knows now. That's my fault.
What of the snake? Is still on the loose?
On the loose?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, they didn't catch. But
Eating rats.
black snake now, so you're not supposed to kill them. You know that copperhead at my house, we killed it. The guy who was
Paco?
yeah he killed it
With a shovel?
Yeah, he killed it with a shovel. And I thought, I hate to do that, but it is a copperhead.
No, you got
you have to kill
that one. You got to get rid of.
That's
You
what
can't just fling it as far as Paco could.
Well, I thought, but then it'll be in somebody else's yard, you know.
Or it'll have 20 babies.
Yeah, and then you've got copperheads.
Yeah.
So even after
You're asking for trouble.
that's what I thought, but I hate.
But we're not eradicating them as a species, right?
No, they're not in short supply, and you've got others. You got those other black ones or garter snakes.
Yeah, I mean, I would never kill the black snake.
No, leave them alone.
Eddie, you're talking about snakes as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, Eddie P1 from Oak Ridge. Yeah, I was doing some construction in my house, and you know those aluminum ladders with them hollow rungs.
Yeah.
And I was putting the ladder up, and out he came from that rung, staring me straight in the face. I'm telling you, I drug that ladder.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was. But you know, another black snake to watch out is that blue racer. If he's got a blue bottom, get away from him. He is extremely aggressive.
I've seen those racers. They're so fast.
Great name.
That's a good name.
When I was a kid, we used to have those in the yard occasionally, and they were so fast.
They're quick.
They are. Now, they're not poisonous. They're not venomous.
Not that I know of. They might bite you, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, this one hurt her. It bit her, and
Well, she did have a bunch of knives coming at him.
oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't his fault. He just snake going snake. That's fine. You know, this reminds me, when I called her in her mid-50s, thank you, Eddie. I think I told you once, when my son played Little League Baseball, there was a woman who was walking near the field, and somebody hit a foul ball. She didn't see it coming. It hit her right in the face. Bloodied her lip.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked a tooth out. Broke her nose. It was awful. She went down. Other people came over, called 911. She was by herself, and tears just streaming down her face. And so they get on the 911, and they say, woman's been hit by a baseball. She looks, you know, she may have a broken nose. She may have broken bones in her face. The 911 operator said, how old? The guy who didn't know her, my friend, looked down at her and said, I guess around 40. And she goes, I'm 37.
Well,
37 through her missing
I
tooth.
think she had just turned 30. I'm 37.
blood adds a few years.
Yeah, and the trauma.
I know. Jim, you're talking about snakes. This woman attacked by a black snake while she was gardening. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not from North Carolina. Moved here, moved out to the country, and realized my dog was freaking out in the backyard. We went out there. This 7-8 foot black snake eating a squirrel whole. We watched the whole thing. We thought the squirrel would chop the tail off, but no, the tail and everything just went down the snake's mouth into the stomach. It was wild.
Oh, my God. To see something like... If my wife saw that, we would move.
Yeah.
She could never see anything like that. Even a black snake freaks her out.
Happens every day.
King snake, garter snake.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
snake gotta eat.
Of course. Thank you, Jim. Although a squirrel, that's pretty big. I mean,
That's
with the tail, like he said.
Oh yeah, they take
And they're
everything.
quick.
Yeah, they are.
And you had to sneak up on a squirrel.
Snakes are... They can really do that. I mean, they can... I mean, obviously, they have to eat, like you said, and the squirrel or a little...
Snake faster than
gopher.
squirrel.
I think
quieter.
it gets
They
close
can
to it.
strike faster.
Oh, yeah.
And that tail's like a bottle brush going down, just cleans it out.
But
Yeah.
squirrels have those ears. I mean, they can hear.
You think?
I mean, they hear you tiptoeing across the yard and they run off. Not to hear a snake.
I know.
I mean, at least 2 feet
Maybe
away.
it's just coiled up in like a tree.
Waiting.
Jeez.
Michael, you're talking about snakes as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I used to do construction with my father, and since I was a youngin', they put me up under the house to put up the insulation. Well, I'm crawling around. I feel something go up my pants leg. Well, I thought at first, it's just one of those ties like you put the insulation up with.
Mm-hmm.
Then I felt it move. So I come out. My dad swears to this day I lifted the house 3 feet, turning over underneath the crawl space. Dropped my pants. Little tie falls out. I think, well, that's it. Next thing that comes out is a baby copperhead.
Whoa.
That house to this day is not insulated.
It's a barn.
That's right.
Cold floors all winter.
Why is there such a draft in here? Thank you, Michael.
Did we have the insulation guys out here last week? Yeah.